Hey guys, I'm Stock Game here.
Hey guys, MRCUD Gaming here.
Hey guys, it's Dante here.
And welcome to FNaF Theory, our first theory on the channel. And today we're going to be doing pretty much something that a lot of people have been talking about, but we want to go more in depth to than we think most theories have. We are, of course, talking about the latest teaser on ScottGames.com. So, first of all, how about we just talk about the general appearance of the teaser itself?
Yeah, well, you can see that it looks like there is a cooling button and like an electric button of some sort. But
we need to consider the buttons first, the design of the thing. It's very much something like you would see in the Desolate Hope, but it's like a sun button, and it's marked as a blue button. Meanwhile, there's a red button marked with a lightning bolt. Clearly meant to differentiate what the two buttons do. So one could possibly... There are many possible things that could happen with this. Dante, what do you think are the choices that these buttons could possibly mean?
I mean, well, I have an idea, but it's a stupid one. It's like, well, the lights, they could be like lights or something.
Well, that is a possibility.
Like, I don't know, maybe
because of the
stage
sun.
lights?
Yeah, well, that explains the sun button, but of course there still is the electric bolt button, which either means it drains power or, like, can somehow, like, interrupt power between the animatronics and the stage. Because that stage, for all we know, is going to have some huge significance to what is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, going on with this, the text says, "Get back on your stage now," as you can clearly see with the teaser being placed in the bottom left corner.
And it doesn't sound exactly...
friendly.
kind.
Yeah, like, babies, everyone please stay in your seats. This is more of a demand, obviously.
Exactly, it is a demand.
Now, of course, considering that it is a direct command, it has to be considered that this is in front of a panel of sorts. And I think this has been overlooked, but the fact that the panel is here with those words obviously means that that panel is somehow controlling the animatronics that are on the stage, like how they operate and how they move. Because for what I think, personally, I think many people have thought this, but I think it hasn't been very clear. Pretty much in sister location, we will be using the factories like machines and all the like sophisticated technology, and also things that would like be used to activate certain things that would for the show, or like at the pizzeria or whatever, or the party.
Exactly.
To we can use it to help us survive the night and use it for different purposes other than just checking out the animatronics, making them do things. No, we use it to defend ourselves somehow. And I actually want to mention this, but if you can see it, upon brightening the image, we can see 4 ballerinas in the background, which are clearly not Ballora. Their shape is nothing like Ballora's, and we can only assume they are Minireena.
Exactly. And now let's depth into the source code, shall we?
Well, actually, for sad reasons, from what we know, nothing has changed in the source code at all. It's the same as it was when Bitty Bat's teaser came out.
Huh.
But I would like to mention something about those ballerinas' positions. Now, I don't think this has occurred to anyone, and I really want you guys to give your opinions on this when I say it. But the positions of the ballerinas, the first ballerina to the far left looks in a position of a B, the next ballerina is in a position of a sort of A, and the next ballerina is in a position of a sort of another B, and then the last ballerina is in a position of the Y, and that spells baby.
That's what I was gonna say, right now.
So when you think about it, baby's importance keeps on building in this game, and clearly, the only teaser we've seen that hasn't had some relation to baby is Ennard.
Yeah, Ennard is the only one that we haven't seen that has any relation to baby, but...
So, what I can assume is that connecting to this, baby's importance is good core to the story, but Ennard has something to do with himself and also parts of the story. And we're also going to get a bit into Ennard with this, and we actually can think how his role works into the game. But aside from that, moving on, how about we just talk about the ballerinas' look themselves? Kyle?
Okay, well, I'm actually in the process of brightening up the image right now.
Ah. I don't want to be talking this entire time, you know.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
This is not my channel, this is our channel. We're all supposed
I
to
know.
work together.
Yeah.
Just gotta let Paint.net open up.
Welcome to the comedy part of this video, everyone. It's not very funny, but it'll do. Because we're not good with comedy.
The lazy...
The lazy, non-edited video.
Yeah.
Video,
Oh.
hopefully when we get Vegas.
Yeah, well, I can, like, just cut parts out. Okay.
Alright, so... Alright, I have it now, so I'm going to brighten it now.
I just realized that I put my GameJolt username instead of my YouTube username.
On what?
Under my profile picture.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I think it would be easier to brighten up the image, not in Paint.net.
Well, we already know that there are ballerinas back there, but just going on with their shape,
Yeah!
the tutu they wear actually is nothing like Ballora's. Ballora's is more even out and thin, much like babies, and all of that, but it has bells on it, while these ballerinas' tutus appear to be a lot more bulky and round, and not only that, but their head shape appears to be more circle rather than oval like Ballora's. So there are some definite design features. However, when we need to think about, like, there is an empty spot in the middle, which is likely where Ballora could be. So Ballora could possibly be a part of this stage. And in fact, what I can think of is that all the animatronics have a separate stage. So Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy have their own stage, Baby and the Bitty Babs have their own stage, and Ballora and the Minirenas have their own stage. As for Ennard, he's just probably somewhere in the back room.
Yeah.
You know, because he's broken and shit.
Well, yeah, he's a broken animatronic. But moving on to the importance of Ennard, let's quickly remember back to his teaser. There's a little of me in every body.
Yeah.
Now, I think no one's considered this, but I know that this may sound weird in some sense, and I know I'm not an expert at this, but a body does not just refer to a person's body. It can refer to, like, the head of a company, or the core of some area, like the main body of a factory.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that. I did not.
So, thinking back to Ennard and his importance, he could possibly be tampering with all the electronics in the factory somehow. And then he can actually, and like, what happens is, he is basically preventing you from overusing any of the things, which actually is, here's where it comes to, the animatronics will have a larger chance of being able to move, because Ennard will try to disable whichever thing you're using the most. However, this does lead to one part, that Ennard has to have his own way of being defeated, or in such way, his own way of being paused.
I haven't thought about that. Okay, so wait, maybe that panel in the could be to control Ennard.
Yes, but even then, it's controlling the stage. Ennard can tamper with it, so that vault thing right there, it could possibly be on more than one panel. It could be a bunch of panels that connect to different things, and it can be used to vaporize, to like just electrocute or like overcharge anything within the system that is in connection with it, such as an outside external source. So basically, it can fry Ennard.
Yeah.
Or, if it's the case, it fries the Minirenas from leaving the stage, or Ballora from leaving the stage. Because, to think about it, it says get back on your stage now, and if you know shot callers, right?
Yeah.
this mechanic could possibly work like a shot caller. You use the light to see where they are, and if they're nearing off the stage, you hit that electrical button, and then you pretty much electrocute them, and they're forced to go back on stage. However, they have to be, what I think is like the problem here is that they have to be near the stage. Like, once they're off the stage, you can't, like, they're nowhere near the stage. You have to use some other type of mechanic in order to attract them back to that stage and get them back on there.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
this is really like going towards Scott trying to make this the best game he can. There are so many mechanics that he possibly is trying to add in that it's a definite explanation for why he's taking so long to create this game.
Now, this might just be my favorite FNaF my favorite FNaF game in the series, but before this, I thought FNaF 1 was the best.
Well, true, because it was the original.
Yeah. But now,
System
I did
location-
brighten up the image, and I do see what spells out baby.
Yes, as yeah, I don't have the brightened version of the image. I just have the normal version on the thing. Anyway, but going back to baby, her importance in this game keeps building up, from her being the focus of the trailer, to her being in the first two teaser images, to her being in Biddy Bop's image, and now to her name being spelled out. Baby is the ringleader.
Yes.
And she is controlling the show. These are the Minirenas might not be affected by Ballora, but maybe by Baby. Like, Baby is controlling everything except Ennard, which is why she didn't appear in his teaser. Like, think about that. Ennard does not work with Baby. Ennard has his own means.
Yeah.
So, but what if there's a counter mechanic where you can actually use Ennard to prevent Baby from doing things in the facility?
Oh,
I don't think any fan game has done it, and Scott doing it would actually be pretty creative and make it for a nice mechanic. Like, he can use Ennard, like, you can find a way to get Ennard to do something to one of the systems, but, like, you can make him falsely attack a system that connects to Baby.
yeah.
And then it could prevent her from, like, doing certain things to other animatronics, such as Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy. But even then, like, we haven't had their own teasers, but here's what I assume. The animatronics we saw in the teaser trailer work with Baby. And now the new teasers we have also show that Baby is working with these animatronics.
Yeah.
So really, a lot is really being brought up. And Baby's importance keeps on building.
Yeah.
So, actually, now let's go back to the, like, ringleader, theory. Baby is in control of it all. And
Yeah.
thinking about it, the facility we're in is highly sophisticated with technology. There are so many mechanic possibilities now because Scott does not have to keep it toned down. He has high sophisticated technology, which means that he can pretty much make a giant robot if he wants to.
Yeah.
In fact,
No, alright. No, I know this is a theory that a lot of people have thought of, but I actually believe that Ennard might be the new version of the puppet.
well, I actually wouldn't really say that was kind of off, because Ennard, like, could be the puppet. However, for all we know, the puppet, is no longer, was freed during the events of FNaF 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
So really, it just brings up the question: if the importance of Ennard keeps on building up, and so does Baby's, then what will Scott have left to tease us with?
Ooh.
Because when you think about it, Scott's gonna run out of teasers soon, and he possibly will run out of the game to, like, work on. But even then, he could be trying to keep adding stuff in order to make the game good, and is probably trying to add as much as he can in order to make it a new and interesting game, and a very fun game.
Yeah.
Because
What? Alright. What engine do you think FNAF Sister Location is being developed in? Because I've seen the trailer for it. It looks like it is free roam.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. One thing that we need to consider is that Click Team, like, the vent scene we saw could have just been an in-rendered 3ds Max animation he made. Either that, or it's like an animation in the game where you can go through a vent to get to a new area.
Oh yeah, possibly.
But I mean,
so
when you look at it, a perspective object was added to it, so it
has to be Click Team.
Click Team.
Yeah, so it is in
Yes,
Click
it
Team.
is,
The engine is
because it
still
was-
in Click Team because the perspective object is still present within the first two in-game scenes of the trailer.
Yeah.
And Scott has never used any engine besides Click Team. He has always used Click Team.
Yeah, he has.
He's been using
He
it
started
since
with,
Legacy of
Click
Lamb.
and Play.
I'm rewatching the trailer to see if there's anything I can find.
Well, at least you're avoiding us getting a Content ID strike.
Oh yeah, it does have perspective.
Yep.
Pause it.
So, but actually, let's talk more about Ballora. She's still a mystery character. We know barely anything about her. Baby has little to any sort of... We still don't know much about Fun Night Freddy, but Ballora is still much of a mystery. Because, like, she has the least amount of ways with her theories. And now, Minireena is mostly just connecting her. But still... Let's talk about Ballora's eyes for a moment. Like, and let's just talk about this for a minute. Can they even open? Or does she even have eyeballs? Or are they built to be closed?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, you have to remember,
I've not.
like, if we're logically speaking about the designs of the sister location animatronics, they're built that way not because they need more facial movement, but because it'll be easier. Well, it might be easy for better facial movement and easier to assemble them, but it might also be because they'll be able to see if anything's wrong with them.
Yeah.
Because the cracks are, like, easy enough to see that, like, you can see through it and see if, like, there's something wrong with the hinge, or if there's a part in the animatronic that appears to be missing, quote-unquote, or, like, broken, and they can easily see it and repair it.
I have
Yeah, I know.
not seen Ballora open her eyes once.
Yeah, I don't think she can. I'm pretty sure that Ballora, like, her eyes are forever closed. And yes, it will make for a weird jump scare unless Scott decides to pull a, oh, she has no eyes under there, so it's just, like, a void of nothingness.
Yeah. And I'm rewatching the trailer at quarter speed.
Ah.
Just if there's any secrets I can find.
Well, for all we know, that Scott really hasn't teased too much in-game wise. We've only gotten teasers of a possible gameplay mechanic and the characters. However, I personally think that Scott will be teasing more about the in-game stuff, like our environment and the office, because he can't just keep teasing animatronics, because he's pretty much running out of animatronics to tease.
Well,
He likely will be teasing gameplay mechanics, though, and knowing Scott, there's going to be a lot of gameplay mechanics.
Yeah.
Because if we've known, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 had a ton of things you had to do. You had to check the doors, check the bed, check the closet. You had to do a bunch of stuff to try and
Listen to sound.
survive the night. Yeah, so I think Scott's definitely going to be taking the route of adding a bunch of mechanics to help you survive the night, but trying to make it to where it's not too clumped up. To the point where it would be, like, almost impossible to play the game. Scott is definitely trying to do good with this game.
Yeah.
But anyway,
There is something in alright, Funtime Foxy's face on the side. It looks like a puppet.
well, actually,
the red.
we need to debunk that real quick. If you see her Funtime Foxy in, like, the scene where all the animatronics are shown on the stage, they have a bow under their head, and their shoulder is actually quite tilted up. And the way their arm is positioned, it looks like it's always, like, in a diagonal position, so it will reflect off their head. So during that scene, it's likely just the bow from an angle and the arm causing a weird reflection because the reflection of the arm with the bow is reflecting onto the face, and it's making a weird like illusion.
Oh.
So let's just go on then. Anyway, that is actually all for this video. We will continue this in another episode tomorrow or today, I guess, depending on when we upload this. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Go check out everyone's channels in the description below, and we will see you all in the next video.